Well, that was easy. Oh, now this I like. Dang it! It's the stupid controller's fault. I was so close to...
Well, Merry Christmas to all, and welcome to the Ho-Ho Holidays. Your boy, The Next Big Thing, is back with an attack on the track, and I know that you've been craving it than any other snack. But can I be frank here? Quite honestly, there hasn't been much of any news going around lately, and I figured it would be best to do my Christmas special much closer to the actual date of Christmas Day, let alone within the same month. I mean, when will the big guy in the red suit wait his turn? This year was possibly the fastest I had ever witnessed Christmas decorations and ads running too, by the way. Don't know if it was just me, the only one noticing that. However, you've all seen the title of this video. As per usual, you all have waited long enough for the release of this tease video, and so let's begin with today's episode analysis of Amphibia's Hoppy Christmas Special. An episode that starts off with Anne's mother setting up the house with decorations and the planters wondering about what the true meaning of Christmas is all about. And given their multiple dangerous encounters within Amphibia, of course their first assumptions are all about it potentially being for an annual ritual sacrifice or something along those lines. As it turns out, the family get news about the Thai Go restaurant being chosen as one of the candidates for creating their very own float for the Christmas Eve parade. But Miss Boon Choi declines the offer in response to the fact that the planters would more than likely be exposed out into the crowd of the LA civilians, even though someone surely should have noticed them by now. Anywho, with Anne being the thoughtful daughter she is, she obviously calls the float parade coordinators back and accepts the bargain for them instead, leading up to the gang secretly shopping all around for supplies in order to build the Thai Go float, going to the museum to collect figurines for the right bone structures on certain Christmas animals and Santa himself. Needing the help of the tech gals for electronics help, the Thai community gives theirs by sacrificing some of their own materials and heading over to Bob's Bulbs for some lighting. All while Anne's father does his best in attempting to create their special holiday photo for their yearly album during the family's times together. I swear, this guy never catches a break in his life. The episode also takes a dark turn in having King Andros having screen time back on Amphibia, showing us the audience that his robot army has advanced tremendously, and apparently not only on time, but under budget. Meaning that his original orders to Olivia and Yunin more than likely went through smoothly, forcing anyone in sight to help construct his legion of machines. Anyways, during the episode, 3 of the same smart aleck newts we were introduced to from episode 6 of the last season inform Andros of Christmas, which was something else Marcy must have told Andros about during her times with him discussing Earth and practically everything else about it. And so the nerdy newts thought it necessary to give King Andros a gift, which ended up being a VR-like mechanism that can control the likes of a robotic dragonfly. Yeah, cause sending a robot to do a giant King Newt's job totally worked the first time.
But technically you're still sending a robot to do—
Shut up, Blair!
Moving forward, Andros ends up teleporting into Earth's dimension again, soon finding Anne in record time because she's Anne Boon Choi, everyone. Thus, with King Andros being the festive and in the spirit holly jolly person he is, he helps in the parade by animating Santa himself. And with Santa being controlled by all of the micro-robotics planted inside of him ready to rock, Andros of course chases the gang until they literally reach a dead end of the road. But thankfully the last of their decorations on the float ends up being their safe haven as they use the gigantic Christmas tree to launch into the chest of the abominable Santa imposter himself. Ending in the celebration being covered in ash, not snow, I mean, come on people, let's be realistic here.
Ah, that makes more sense.
And Miss Boon Choi actually enjoying every moment of it. And quite honestly, I'm pretty sure that due to that incident, it gave her business even more attention than intended. And given how incredibly dumbfounded most of these regular citizens are within the show, they probably all thought it was some kind of show anyways. Mr. Boon Choi also ended up getting the perfect photo for the yearly holidays collection, which pretty much sums up their adventures in a nutshell, with everyone cheering over conquering death itself. But the episode as a whole officially ends with the planters learning the true meaning of Christmas, especially Sprig, with him soon realizing that it's the thought that counts, and that Christmas is about spending time with the people you care for, and giving gifts is your way of expressing that love towards them. And in the end is also seen writing a few letters to her best friend's parents, with Sasha's parents being the exception and having more than just one letter being sent out to them, as it is more than likely the case that Mr. and Mrs. Waybright are divorced or at least separated in some way, which explains Sasha's character perfectly. With all those times times of her constantly wanting to be in control of every situation and hating the idea of Anne and Marcy moving on without her, correlating to how she may feel about being left behind in general, or better yet, abandoned. And I'm not done yet, my friends. Of course, I ain't in the video without mentioning Rebecca Sugar's nice song within the special, as well as a few Easter eggs within the end credit scene. With Anne finally giving her mother that beautiful blue butterfly from season 2 of Amphibia, Polly getting a Narf gun instead of an actual weapon, Sprig's action figure of Tarantulan? Tarantulas? Dude, I forgot that superhero name, and Hoppie's book on directing because of his talents in the theater. And well, ladies and gents, that just about does it for today's video. I believe this is for sure in my top 10 favorite list of Christmas cartoon specials, considering how it not only was a great special, but still gave us the lore we crave from this show. Continue to support this channel. Thank you all for everyone who has been here since the beginning, and I will catch you all most likely next year. Peace!